Hi, I'm City Manager Ed Zuercher, and welcome to another edition of Doing What Matters, the show where we talk to Phoenix employees about the work they do to serve the residents of Phoenix. We're here today on beautiful Camelback Mountain. I'm at the saddle of this great city park, and I'm going to talk today to a fire captain who works on technical rescue of people who are in distress on Camelback. Captain Ardell Deliz, thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
So tell us what you do as a captain on technical rescue.
Well, usually we get called out here to the mountain because people either hurt themselves somehow, or they're having some kind of medical issue, or they just didn't think about drinking enough water or some sort of nutrition, something to eat. So when we come out here, as a captain, I make decisions as to what kind of rescue we're going to perform. We usually we have some sort of patient information when we come in. We try to call the patient directly and get an idea of where they're at on the mountain and what their problem is.
And you've done this about how many times in a year? How many times does this happen?
I've been at Station 12, which is first due right here to Camelback Mountain, and done it about 10 times now in the last 7 to 8 months that I've been there at that station.
Okay. And overall, I understand there's about 200 a year that happen throughout our mountain system.
That's correct.
So the park is beautiful and enjoyable, but people sometimes underestimate the dangers of it. So talk a little bit about what people ought to be doing or thinking about to enjoy Camelback or Piestewa or even Papago. I know we had a rescue recently on Papago Buttes.
Definitely. I think to begin with, we as firefighters prepare for our shift by preparing 24 hours ahead of time. We drink a lot of water, make sure we eat whole foods, stay hydrated, make sure that you don't drink alcohol the night before. So I want to bring that back right here to the mountain. When you go and hike Camelback or Piestewa, make sure that you drink a lot of water the day before, starting the day before. Eat foods that are low glycemic index, not a lot of high carb, not a lot of sugary stuff.
Okay.
Make sure that you bring some, prepare your gear before you come in. Sunglasses, a hat, sunscreen.
Sunscreen, very important.
Make sure that your clothing is light clothing, don't come in jeans, and have some proper footwear and be comfortable. And that way you're going to have a great time hiking and be safe.
And a lot of people do that, but there are a few who don't. There are also people who get caught rappelling off faces of mountains. You sometimes have to do rescues of people who are caught up on the face of the mountain. What's involved in that sort of work?
Well, it entails for us to either get above them and set up 2 different systems of ropes, which usually it takes 2 to 4 members of a team to put together one system. So at least 2 systems of ropes for our safety and the patient's safety, and then be able to rappel down to them and get them down, or if it's safer, get them back up the mountain. Sometimes there's no way to get them all the way down. We have to actually bring them back up and then either fly them off or hike with them down. Another way would be having to come from below and what we would call lead climbing, and actually climbing up to the patient or above the patient to then set up a system to bring them down. And
it's called technical rescue because it is very technical. There's a lot you have to think about that we just ordinary folks like me don't think about, and so we see lots of firefighters responding, but it's for good reason.
Oh, definitely. We look at the terrain, and that's usually what makes us make a decision as to what kind of rescue we're going to perform. Flat ground like this, we're usually going to use a big wheel. Most people here have seen us do that. Mm-hmm. We bring a basket, lay the person down in that basket onto a big wheel, and we wheel them down. We also have a steep angle, which is about 40 to 60 degrees in inclination. And that point, we have to set up systems. We'll put them in a basket, and we'll lower them with a couple of people assisting the lower walking. And then we have a high angle operation in which we set up systems, and somebody will actually rappel down the face of a mountain or down a mountain, and then get to a patient, and then lower it all the way down or bring him back up.
Very important work you do. Yeah. Thank you. Now,
Thank
you have been with the fire department for several years, but you didn't start as a firefighter. Tell us how you started with the city and how you moved to the fire department.
With the goal of becoming a firefighter, I was looking to learn more about the fire department and dispatch position, and the fire dispatch alarm room came open.
Very difficult job.
Very difficult job. I have to say that I wasn't the best person cut out for it. A lot of multitasking going on. The people there are incredible at what they do, and I got an opportunity to continue to test for fire, and I got hired out in the field, and I've been on the field for 13 years now, and it's a beautiful job.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for what you do and for
Thank
being a captain, leading a crew of folks who keep people safe on the mountain.
Thank you so much. I also wanted to say that we wouldn't be able to do this without the help of Phoenix PD, the police department, and their helicopters and their pilots. They assist us here on the mountain all the time, locating patients or transporting our equipment or transporting us to be able to get to the patients.
Great team effort.
Thank you.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
It's awesome.
If you'd like to learn more about staying safe in our Phoenix parks, go to the website on your screen. For Doing What Matters, I'm City Manager Ed Zuercher. Let's go for a hike.